Boys, you know when you were in school and the teacher would be like, take notes, this is going to be on the test?
Oh, man.
Well, the day has finally come for you with Andrew.
We have to take notes.
You didn't tell me to take notes when you did all these
we were doing a test. I don't like pop quizzes.
It'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun.
I'm scared.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the first ever EU Trivia-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Drew.
And we are back with a double whammy. We haven't done trivia in a long time.
Yep.
And it's also EU with Andrew.
Yep.
And so they've been married together.
Yep.
Into one spectacular thing that Drew and I
Had no
are
idea about.
going to have zero right answers, and we're going to be put to shame tonight.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
But yes,
Chat, I am looking at you. Please.
Nope.
type
No.
give us the answer.
We're gonna go over. We're gonna go over the
Thank
rules.
you.
Hold on. We're gonna go over the rules.
But anyway, before we jump into today's episode, today is a special day because we, as a Star Wars podcast, are participating in Star Wars Podcast Day 2024. And so, if you get that hashtag.
Hey, there you go.
How long is this thing? Turn it off. Let's. Okay,
Not him hitting it again.
Way too long. But yeah, so if you look up hashtag Star Wars Podcast Day 2024 or hashtag SWPD 2024, you're going to get all kinds of Star Wars podcasts that are participating because our longtime fan, Daniel, who runs Now That's Podcasting, or whatever.
Oh, that's funny. That's great.
That's the name of his thing. Now That's Podcasting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He has found all these Star Wars podcasts, and he has his own network that he does where he puts them all together and stuff. But he's running this as a celebration of the first ever Star Wars podcast, which was in 1999 on this date, February 7th, and they're called Jedi Talks. So we should probably look them up to see what they're all about.
Are they still around?
I don't know. I haven't even looked them up.
That's wild because podcasts weren't. I mean,
that was before podcasting was podcasting.
That's what I was saying. I was like, of course they existed, but it's like podcasting literally got its name because of the iPod in part, right? I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
Because we're looking at least hold on.
First podcast I think was or iPod I think was in 2004, 2005.
Oh, really?
I remember after my freshman year in high school, there were
November 10th, 2001.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. But we are celebrating Star Wars Podcast Day, and so go check that out. And if you have found us through this hashtag and through this celebration, welcome.
Yeah,
we've been around for
hello there.
Almost 4 years in a couple weeks that we will be doing this specific podcast.
Wow.
And you've missed a lot. So this is episode 241 tonight. And so, we're not stopping anytime soon.
Jeez.
So
nope.
Binge that. We got people last year for their Spotify Wrap. They've listened to every single episode in a year span of us. So if they can do it, you can do it too.
Wild.
And so, yes. So, happy Star Wars Podcast Day 2024, everyone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sick.
And
we are happy to be part of this. And I think we've been a part of this since
a couple times, I think.
No, but haven't we been part of this group on Facebook since kind of day one?
Kind of early on, yeah. Because
really
Daniel has been around. He's been a fan since the Mandalorian podcast. So I think pretty early on in Empire Radio's history, we were kind of invited to his little thing. So yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
funny
that's
for those of you that don't know, the more recent listeners, it was the Mandalorian podcast was first,
Yeah.
Yep.
and I wasn't even a part of that.
Well,
Nope.
kind of.
Well, you
Well,
were, though.
yeah,
Your music was.
I wasn't like a host, so that's way
Your
back in the
music
day.
was a host.
My music was on there.
Every
yeah.
once in a while, we gotta throw that one as the intro.
Oh
the,
my
the
gosh.
OG. I don't even.
The
I have
OG
it?
one.
I don't know. If I have
I'm
it.
pretty sure I have.
You
I'd have to do
that.
some digging, but I have the Logic file somewhere.
That one, I like that one.
I'd have to go check to see in my.
It was so funny too,
folder.
because like I had no idea what to do because like this was uncharted territory.
We had no music for it.
Yeah. Like I had no idea what the vibe of the show was gonna be.
It was just like us, like Star Wars and
Western.
Western.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like
Something.
it was just like, oh, I remember that. I gotta go back and like, if you guys are listening to this, go find or the Mandalorian podcast is still out there on Spotify.
Mm.
Go listen to like episode 1
And see how
and listen to that music
amateurish.
and just stop after the intro.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, I'll go listen to them, and then we have all kinds of stuff on there. There's like.
And then
behind
jump
the
to
scenes
Empire Radio
breakdowns.
episode 1.
Yeah.
And then
And then check out the Clone Wars Safe
Clone Wars.
podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Anyways.
so that's that. But also we should just mention next week we have our Valentine's Day special. We're doing a book review of Dark Disciple. So get hyped for that. If you haven't read the book,
it's a really
I'm
good
almost
book.
done.
It's really good.
It's pretty good. Chapter 25.
See, I'm not that far
Pretty-
yet, and I'm not that impressed so far. But
It gets better.
It's really good.
Yeah,
Once you get to the second half,
It's a bit of a slow burn, but then
I have,
when
like,
it hits, it
4
really
hours
hits.
left or something.
Yep.
So
All right, but yeah, I'm excited for that. And then after that, we have 11 weeks of Bad Batch that we're going to be doing.
Yep.
11 weeks and 15 episodes. But we will sprinkle in Avatar: The Last Airbender review of that first season Netflix live action
That's
adaptation.
coming up too, isn't it?
Yep, that's
like
coming out
this
the
same week.
2 days after Bad Batch premieres. So
Wow.
look for that.
YouTube
Soon after that comes
exclusive.
out, YouTube
Us
exclusive.
3 on YouTube. What? Andrew,
Us
you're
3?
coming? Oh, nice.
You're coming?
We're gonna have to talk about that.
All right, we'll talk about it. And then I'm sure we'll get like a Star Wars trailer in the coming months too during that time too, I'm guessing. But
Months,
That
you
being-
mean this Sunday?
oh, we could get a teaser for something in the Super Bowl this Sunday. But
What would it be?
A live action Star Wars show that they've been trying to tell us that we're going to
It's
have for the last
like-
2 years.
Like we were supposed to have Skeleton Crew.
You really think we're gonna get something that early?
It was supposed to come out last fall, so
Yeah,
it's
well.
mostly done. So it's
Well,
the
I
next
mean, you
thing
got to
to
think
come.
about it, Andrew. Like, Bad Batch always runs like alongside or bumping against a live action show.
It overlapped with Mandalorian last year.
That's
Mhm.
true. That's true.
So, like, I don't think we'll get it. I think we'll get it after, but like to get a teaser trailer during the Super Bowl in
Okay.
between Casey winning and Taylor Swift singing, I think it could happen.
She's not gonna sing.
Bro, I don't know.
I bet you a lot of money that she's not gonna.
It
sing.
makes
Oh.
this whole thing has made me like
Usher
sports
could
less.
just be like, you know what? Just come on, Usher.
no.
Usher closer, T
Let
Swift.
me tell you something. If she ends up singing during his halftime show, I will
Usher,
rage
Usher.
quit something.
You're gonna. What? You
What?
care? You
I don't-
watch?
You
The
even
Super
watch
Bowl?
the Super Bowl. What are you gonna
No,
quit
but I
ball
have a
again?
very high opinion of Usher and his music, and the opposite for Taylor Swift.
How dare you?
All right, we're not
cannot
doing this. We're
stand-
not doing
Anyways,
this. We're not doing this.
I want to do
Anyways,
this.
We are
but-
not doing this.
Anyways.
So yes, EU trivia. Andrew, take it away.
Yep. All right. So I was gonna do here's a story time. So I was gonna do another book. Originally, we're doing this whole Luke thing. I was gonna do a book, and I finished the book, and I'm not gonna lie, I was really disappointed with the book. I hadn't ever finished it before. It's the one that I got from TJ. Called The New Rebellion, and it had a lot of really good build up, and then the end was just like it just kind of deflated a little bit, and I was like, I can't bring this to the podcast, but I don't have enough time to read another book. Like it was close enough that I was like, I don't want to like cram reading and like lose the enjoyment out of it just to get a book read, right? Plus, I'd have to go buy one. That was like one of the last EU books that I have that I haven't like really read. So I was thinking, and I was like, a lot of times these episodes end up being very one-sided by nature, the nature of what they are. It's a lot of me talking,
Mostly
a lot of you
listening to you.
you listening and stuff like that. I was like, I want to do something more interactive. So the idea came into mind that I was just going to get a bunch of EU trivia questions and ask them. And some of which I had never even heard of before. It was going to be this fun thing. But then I was like, that's not quite fair
to us
because I know a lot more about the EU than y'all do. And it would be kind of guessing the whole time. And while that would be really enjoyable for me to watch and probably enjoyable to listen to, I wanted to give you at least a fighting chance. So then this morphed into what we're doing now, which is going to be the EU with Andrew trivia challenge.
Right.
So this is the first part of this is going to consist of 30 questions, 3 sections of 10, and they're going to be 3 different EU with Andrew episodes that I've done in the past. So I'm going to be testing your memories on how much you remember from those episodes.
Do you see Tanner's comment?
Yeah. LOL. So what we're going to do for the first 30 is 10 questions on each section. We're going to go through, we're going to answer those. They're on episodes we've done in the past. So if you were listening at home, on the bus, in your car, whatever you want to do, play along. Please play along. And for everyone live on the chat right now,
please give me all your answers.
Please, for like, more than welcome to play along, but don't give out the answers so that they can read them.
If we get it wrong, can we have the chat answer if they know it?
If you both get it wrong, yes.
There'll be a delay. It'll be
but so I want this to be as competitive as possible. So like, please don't, everyone watching live, please don't blurt out the answers.
Is there multiple choice?
It is multiple choice, actually.
Okay.
So I wanted to have some mercy. So let me pull up I'm pulling up a notepad real quick.
From Will.
Can I opt in for an exegesis paper?
No.
Oh, Lord.
I'm gonna open up. I need to open up.
Micaiah's in the chat too.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
Okay, I will say Micaiah does have partial credit for this episode idea.
Well, thank you, Micaiah, for your help.
That was not.
So if it sucks, it's on you, girlfriend.
It's not gonna suck. All right, so I've pulled out a notepad to keep score. But so this is how it's gonna work. We have these first 3
digital pad.
It is a digital pad, but anyways, e-ink, whatever. So we have 3 sections of 10. All right. There is a 4th section at the end that is the wild card section. All right. So there are going to be 40 questions total.
Okay.
That last section is wild EU facts. So they're not things that I've covered before. However, the benefit of that is those are the game changer questions. All right. So in the first 3 sections that I've covered before, the first 5 questions are going to be easier questions, easier to remember. They're going to be 1 point. All right. The second 5 are going to be harder. They're going to be worth 2 points. All right. So the first half of each of the sections is 1 point. Second half is 2 points.
Okay.
I'm already lost.
It'll be easier once we get going. All right. First 5, 1 point. Second 5, 2 points. The wild card questions are each worth 5 points each.
Oh.
So that's why these are ones that are going to be complete guesses. But if you get them right, you're going to be these are the ones that can change the game.
Is one of the questions going to be like, what Luke clone has the most U's in their name? Like how many U's?
No. But it was funny when I was researching this, some of the more wild things that happen in the EU. Some of them have come from books that I've read, some of them not. The Luke thing with the 2 U's popped up on every list as being one of the stupidest things. But anyways, but here's the catch. The winner gets to pick my next EU with Andrew topic.
Oh,
okay.
What? It can be on whatever you want.
You thought it was gonna be like money or like a pop
I
sour
don't
pop
have
or
a-
something.
No, I was thinking
Your
more
X-wing
like
on your back shelf.
No.
No.
What were you thinking, Drew?
I don't.
He wanted a
Okay.
prize.
Well, sorry for the letdown.
I want to read my book, but no one wants to read my book.
We told you
Okay.
we're doing it
Okay.
next
Here's the
year
thing.
for
How about Drew? How about this? How about this? If you win, the next time that I'm on the podcast, instead of doing EU, I will read through that book in its
Plagueis,
entirety, and we'll do it.
Plagueis, right?
No, Lost Stars.
That's canon though.
Yeah.
But we're doing that next year for Valentine's Day. We already had it
But
planned.
Andrew has to be on though.
Deal.
Yeah.
But I like the Plagueis one. I'll do that one.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about it when we get there.
I like
So,
that one. Good thinking, Jeremiah.
all right.
I
So
forgot about that
again,
book. You can pick
the
that
fir-
one too. We should just do that one.
Okay, you don't have to whisper. We're talking.
we're talking. Yeah,
We're on a
anyways.
podcast. Like,
So again, the first 3 sections of 10 are episodes that I've done already that everyone should have listened to at this point, and then the last one is going to be a fun wild card section.
all right. Well, let's jump into this.
All right. So going back a little far, we're going back to the origins of the Sith. EU with Andrew.
All right.
It's been a little while, but it's not been years. All right. That's as far as
I do have a question. So
yes.
we have was it like 8 or 9 EU with Andrews?
Yeah.
But are you also including the Thrawn trilogy, which was not an EU with Andrew?
No.
Okay, no Thrawn.
No.
trilogy.
So these are all recent-ish. I didn't want to. I didn't
We have
want to go.
buzz in. It's the only buzzer I have.
What?
Do we have
No,
to
you don't have
buzz
to buzz in.
Oh,
No, it's-
So I'll get there. So these are relatively recent. To pick who goes first, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 100. Drew, give
I
me a
got my
number.
pick.
Drew, give me a
7.
number.
37.
7?
37.
Okay,
I'm-
Jeremiah was much closer because it was 72. So Jeremiah gets to go first for the rounds,
72. What a
and
weird
then
number.
Drew, you can answer after Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Are we ready to start?
Yes.
Yep.
You can choose the same answer, by the way. Just because
Okay.
Jeremiah chooses something, you don't have to choose something differently. It's completely up to you.
Okay.
Question number 1. The Sith species was originally native to what planet? A. Ratatak. B. Korriban. C. Rakata Prime. D. St. Paul, Minnesota.
I'm gonna
answer.
go with B.
B. Drew, what are you saying?
B. That was my answer.
Perfect. You both got a point. That's great. It is Korriban. They were
Yay.
originally native to Korriban.
I only remember that because of the video game trailer. Like they returned back to Korriban.
Oh yeah, well yeah. That's
That's the only
actually, there you
reason I
go.
remember that.
I just
you go.
remember that name, and the first one sounded like a Pokemon, so I was like, it can't
The
be
fir-
Rattata.
dude, I did it because of a Pokemon.
Straight up
So
sounded
it's
like
fun.
Rattata.
But
I was like,
I
it's not
remember
Rattata.
though that they were like a species that came. Those are the ones with the eyeballs, right? The rabbit,
No,
whatever.
the Rakatan.
Those that had that big side.
Yeah, they
eyeball
do,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I knew they were separate. So
All right, number 2. Which of the following is true about early Sith culture? A. They believed status was based on individual power. B. They never had a singular ruler due to constant infighting. C. They adopted a rigid caste system. Or D. They threw ragers every Friday night.
what was the second one?
They never had a singular ruler due to constant infighting.
That's B is my answer.
All right, Drew.
A.
Neither of you are right.
What?
See?
They adopted a rigid caste system.
Oh.
You remember they had the classes?
I do remember that.
Because they
now.
did have rulers. There was a lot of infighting, but they did have singular rulers.
Oh,
And
Yeah, 'cause
then
there's that like king guy. Right?
yes, which is
Yeah.
funny because that's the next part of the next question.
Ooh,
Drew's gonna get this
Oh.
one.
dude, I
What
don't know how
alias-
I remember all this stuff, but it's coming to me.
Yeah, it's coming back. The Force is giving it to you. What
Mhm.
alias was the first Sith king known by? A. The axe. B. The cleaver. C. The maul. D. The broom that Broom Kid pulled to his hand in The Last Jedi.
Bro, come on. Well, these D's, dude.
Oh,
Uh,
well, I'm not gonna give it away. Anyways,
I'm
so the axe, the cleaver, the maul.
gonna go with A.
All right, Jeremiah, he's answered. Drew, what is your answer?
I want to go with A because the last two ones have. I think it's the cleaver though.
What's your final answer?
Let's go cleaver.
Well, you should have stuck with axe.
Dang it.
It was the axe. Good job, Jeremiah.
Nice.
All right, so we're 2-1. Jeremiah's in the lead.
Don't rub it in. Jeez.
Number 4. What species was the first to make outside contact with the Sith? The Ratatan, the Rakatan, the Rukukin, Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Say the first two again.
The Ratatan is A. B. The Rakatan.
We would B.
Okay. Drew. C was the Rukukin, by the way, if you're interested. The Ratatan, the Rakatan, the Rukukin, or you can always go with Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
You can.
You're feeling really funny.
I think it's B.
Okay. Good job. You both got it right. I literally just said the Rakatan. I said that came out of my
I
mouth
know.
and I was like,
When you said it to Jeremiah, I was like, okay, that's got to be it, right?
yeah.
But we didn't know if they were the first though.
That is true. That is true. That is
Oh.
true. All right. So this one's a little tricky, but I have hope that you're going to get it. Number 5. The prophecy of the Sith Ari said that this person would one day A, destroy the Sith, B, lead the Sith to a golden age, C, create a new Sith, D, run a viral TikTok account for the Sith. Think about that. Sith dance challenges.
I'm gonna go with C.
Create a new Sith.
Yes.
Okay. Drew.
What are the first two again?
Destroy the Sith, lead the Sith to a golden age.
I want to say A.
Destroy the Sith?
Well, now that you said it like that.
No. Sorry. You're picking A, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You got the point. Good job, Drew.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So that was a tricky question because technically all of those things are true, but the prophecy itself specifically stated that they would destroy the Sith, which is what Darth Bane did in the Darth Bane trilogy, which is why he was named the Sith Ari. All right. Number 6. These are the more difficult ones. What initially, specific emphasis on initially, led to the Force Wars that ravaged Tython, left it uninhabitable, and created the first great divide in the Jedi? So A, the arrival of the Rakatan Empire. B, the arrival of the Force Saber. C, disagreements over what aspect of the Force to use. D, disagreements over the best way to pick a Force watermelon.
Can you repeat?
I didn't get a single laugh out of that last one.
These D's are throwaway. You should swap them around.
No, that's gonna be way too confusing. Can you repeat the choices again?
Yeah, what's D again?
Disagreements over the best way to pick a Force watermelon. The Force thump test. But anyways,
Facts.
A is the arrival of the Rakatan Empire. B is the arrival of the Force Saber. C is disagreements over what aspect of the Force to use. So what initially?
Initially.
That's the key. Initially. Because all three of these things
Happened.
technically happened. But what was it initially?
I know what I'm gonna say.
My gut tells me A, but I'm gonna go with C.
My gut says A, and I'm going with A.
Neither of you got it.
It's B. It's the saber.
It's Force Saber. So
Oh.
he showed up. The Force Hound Kresh or Zesh or whatever showed up in advance of the Rakatan Empire before they attacked, and brought the Force Saber, which that was what started the chain reaction because you could only use the dark side to.
Oh
use it.
yeah.
You're still tied though. It's anyone's game right now. All right.
Yep.
Number 7. What is the name of the Jedi who broke away from the Order, creating the first great schism? Arden Lin, Naga Sadao, Zindor, or Jeremit?
German for sure.
I have no idea, so I'm gonna go with A.
B.
Okay. A and B.
Mm-hmm.
It was Zindor. It was C.
Dang it.
I told you the second half. The second of the
Zendor like an MCU name? Like
Probably.
a villain in the MCU or something? Like
Yeah, it
Zendor?
sounded like
Like
a villain name.
like a Guardians of the Galaxy villain or something? Zendor? Like the planet? Zendor?
Zondu.
No, that's Yandu. So we'll have to watch.
Look, I can only focus on one fandom right now. I have to switch memory cards out to go to another one.
Oh, memory card. That's a deep cut right there.
Yeah.
PS.
Dude, fun fact, really quick
PlayStation 1,
side story. Really quick side story, and I promise I'll keep it quick. I rented, so this is a blast from the past. I rented the video game adaptation of the movie Stuart Little 2. Back in the day when I had my
PS2?
PS2. Yeah, PS2.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a memory card at the time.
Oh, that's a bummer.
And so I had to keep it running over the course of like an entire weekend.
What?
Yeah, as a kid. I did it. I don't think I ever finished the game.
Dude,
but I got through that weekend.
I thought I was so cool when I had a 64 megabit memory card.
Yo, right?
You're
so like, cool, oh, dude. We are living in the future. Literally have a 12 terabyte hard drive on my desk right now.
12?
Holy crap.
12?
It's for archive footage.
How much was that?
It was like
more than your computer?
No, it was like $220.
What? That's it?
Huh?
Yeah, it's not a solid state drive. That's the thing.
Oh.
So I wanted a solid state drive, but those are like $500 and $600. I'm like,
the orange ones, right?
No. I mean, you can get those for computers, but those are normally like 2 to 6 terabytes. Whereas I need like a big boy for my archive stuff.
Anyway.
Oh, thank you, Tanner. I appreciate that. Okay, number 8. The 100 Years of Darkness was a war between what two factions? All right. The Jedi and a group of rogue Sith from Korriban. B, a group of dark Jedi and a group of rogue Sith from Korriban. C, the Jedi and a group of dark Jedi. D, Disney, Star Wars, and the Expanded Universe. The 100 Years of Darkness. That's a joke. So
Is it though?
A, the Jedi and a group of rogue Sith from Korriban. B, a group of dark Jedi and a group of rogue Sith from Korriban. Or C, the Jedi and a group of dark Jedi.
I think it's C.
All right, Drew?
I don't know, so I'm going to boost C just so that me and Jeremiah will have the same numbers.
Oh my gosh.
You both got it right, too, because of that.
Gosh, dang
it. You started saying that, I was like, oh, he's going to get another point.
Because I remember the Jedi were on their own thing, and then they returned to Korriban, right? Or to a Sith planet or something at the end. So then I knew that.
Yeah, you're not actually far.
So that's
off.
why I knew it wasn't anyone from Korriban that came to them. So
I mean, hey, that served you well. It definitely served you well.
Yep.
All right, number 9. What did the Republic do to the Dark Jedi that lost said war? A, they executed them. B, they exiled them to the Outer Rim. C, they exiled them to the Unknown Regions. D, they asked for their manager and filed a complaint.
B.
Okay, True.
My gut says C, but my body says B.
What the heck does that even mean?
Just pick one.
B.
You were this close to greatness.
I was right.
Drew.
Oh man, I knew it.
They exiled them to the Unknown Regions. You were so close, Drew. The last 2 times you've been like, my gut says this one. That's been the right one.
No, the first time my gut said it, and it was right.
Well, that's true.
And I actually said it.
All right.
I'm second guessing myself.
Oh, Tanner, we'll get to that in a second. Number 10. This is the last one in the first section.
I'm not cheating.
Who is the very first Sith Lord to ever be given the title Dark Lord? A. Ajunta Paul. B. Naga Sadao. C. Karnas Mur. D. Jar Jar Binks.
A.
Drew?
Can you say them again?
And say you can go with your gut or you can go with Jeremiah. It's
No,
one or the other. Ajunta Paul is A. B. Naga Sadao. C. Karnas Mur. D. Jar Jar Binks.
B.
B.
Yes.
Jeremiah was correct. A. Ajunta Paul.
Nice.
Fun fact: Karnas Mur was one of the other Dark Jedi that traveled with Ajunta Paul. Naga Sadao wasn't there, but Naga Sadao was a Sith Lord. All right.
I was like, I remember that name.
Yeah. All right. So we are moving on to section number 2 of 4, Death Troopers. So we're going now.
The infamous 4-hour episode.
Oh yeah. Now we're back into some more familiar territory. It's a bit more fresh. All right.
And I read this book.
Yeah.
Oh no, he has the advantage.
Yeah.
So
So-
don't worry, Jeremiah. You can copy mine.
Jeremiah is in the lead by 1 with 5 points. Drew has 4 points. And now we're going to switch things up. And Drew is going to go first. So now,
Wait,
Jeremiah,
wait. I thought I have 7 points.
you have 7 points. Oh, that's right. You do have 7 points. My bad.
And Drew has 5.
Yep.
I'm
Well,
keeping
how?
my. I'm
No, because Jeremiah's correct. They're 2 points.
just.
Yeah.
6 through 10 are 2 points.
Or 2 points.
Jeremiah, you are the worst, dude.
Why? Because I keep scoring my end, so I can.
Why?
take-
Well, because it serves him well.
That's
Yeah,
why.
So we're 7 to 5. So Drew, you're only down by 2 now. You were down by 1, but now you're down by 2. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna move forward, and now just to switch things up, Drew's gonna get to go first. All right.
I am believing, but the thing is, no, Jeremiah's gonna copy my answers. All right, go.
Not necessarily. All right. You guys ready?
Yep.
All right. Number 1, what was the name? Again, these are more easy, or they should be. What was the name of the youngest of the 2 brothers that the story centers around? A. Kale. B. Trig. C. Jareth. D. Sheev. A. Kale. B. Trig. C. Jareth. D. Sheev.
I got my answer.
Sheev.
A.
I
A?
go with B.
Jeremiah got it.
Dang it.
Dude, it was Trig, man. Come on.
I know.
All right.
I'm not good with names.
That reminds me of a Jungkook meme from BTS, but I digress. Number 2, where was the prison barge Purge heading at the beginning of the story? I feel a sneeze coming on. I can't tell if it's going to hit yet. A spice mining complex. B, a maximum security prison. C, a detainment moon. D, Bloomington to visit MOA. I had as much fun writing the D answers as I did
I know
writing
you
the
did.
yeah. So we have where was the prison barge Purge heading at the beginning of the story before everything went to crap? A spice mining complex, a maximum security prison, a detainment moon, Mall of America.
B.
I go with B also.
Trick question. It's a detainment.
I was
moon.
gonna say it was a freaking moon, wasn't it?
It
I know
wasn't
it's
a
either
maximum.
B or C.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. It was either one of those, but
Yeah. Yeah, it was very specifically. I don't know why they wrote it that way, but it's a detainment moon. All right, number 3. For what reason was Dr. Zahara Cody an outcast among her Imperial counterparts? A, she was one of the only females on the Purge. B, she cared for the inmates without bias. C, they believed she'd exposed their corruption. D, she had really bad BO and never washed.
I have my answer.
me too. It's B.
B.
Drew, B, both of you, B.
Yep.
Good, great, all right. Perfect. Number 4. Why did Jareth Sartoris lead a group of 9 other men above the derelict Star Destroyer? A, they were looking for parts for the Purge's engines. B, they were looking for spare food for the Purge's staff. C, they were looking for a stronger communications array to send for help. D, they were looking for one of the last remaining boxes of Twinkies during a zombie apocalypse.
A.
Zombieland is a good movie.
I knew you were going to get that one, Jeremiah.
Can you say the answers again?
Yeah. Drew, what did you say?
A.
Okay. They were looking for parts for the Purge's engines. They were looking for spare food for the staff. They were looking for a stronger communications array to send for help.
I'm just going to go with B.
Okay. Drew, you got the point. Good job.
Dang it.
They were looking for parts for the engine.
I was going to say it was either A or C. I knew it had nothing to do with food. They were stuck. Remember, Jeremiah? They were like stuck out there.
Right.
And so they're trying to go there because they thought they had more supplies or they could fix the engine so they can leave.
Oh.
It's okay. You'll get the next one.
All right. Number 5. But number 5, this is tricky, and I now feel kind of bad.
What am I down by 2 points again?
Yes. So this is the last of the 1-pointers. All right, for this section. But this is, I feel a little bad now knowing I forgot Jeremiah didn't read the book. So.
Oh, it doesn't mean I remember.
That's true. That's true. All right. At what
I didn't
point?
know the kid's name.
That's a valid point. Sheesh, I go and get my pizza from the oven and we're on 5. Sorry, Tanner. Hope you enjoy your pizza. At what point? At what? I still dream about the deep dish pizza that Jeremiah made. It was so freaking good. Anyways.
Oh, you guys come take a visit to Minnesota and I can make
I'd have to do it
you.
during the summer. I don't want to.
Oh, what do you mean? It's summer right now.
Yeah, it's like
it's probably warmer here than it is where you are right now.
Better weather right now.
For sure.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's, I don't know, 47 degrees out and we have no snow.
Yeah, it's been a little bit warmer than that. But we've just been dumped on for the last 4 days. So, at what point did the first of the 10 men who went to the Star Destroyer begin displaying signs of infection? A, before they reached the turbo lift to go down to the Purge. B, during the turbo lift ride to the Purge. C, as soon as they arrived on the Purge. Before they ever left, because they were all sick and twisted men anyway. Ayo. That's what I wrote.
Oh, this one's hard. That's a hard question.
Yeah, I honestly wrote this one thinking I was on number 6, and I was like going to step up the game, and then I just kept it.
That's a hard question because...
So it is and it isn't, because there's a very specific moment that...
I remember, but I don't remember if that was when they're coming back or going up.
Well, none of the answers are when they're going up, so don't forget about that.
Wait, what?
The answers, the answers are before they get to the turbo lift.
Before
so they're already on the Star Destroyer. Before they get to the turbo lift, while they're traveling down through the turbo lift, or the second they arrive, they start displaying symptoms.
I got my answer.
So you've got before, during, or the second they arrive. The first person. When did the first person display symptoms?
I go with B.
B? It is A, actually. Because
he was sick, but I didn't remember if he got sick like
so at the very end of that chapter. At the very end of the chapter,
I remember that.
He comes around the corner and he's like, "You got to see this," and he's like, "No, we got to go," and he starts coughing. And that's the last part of the chapter. I will never forget that. It was a great way to end a chapter. Anyways, good job, Drew. You're closing the gap. You're only down by 1 now.
Only because I read the book.
Well, the value of reading. The more you know.
Yeah, Jeremiah.
All right, so now
I've read all kinds of Star Wars books.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Now we're in the 2-pointers. So Drew, you could lose this pretty fast.
Or win.
Yeah. All right, number 6. What was the infection rate of the virus that infected the Purge? A, nearly 90%. B, nearly 80%. C, nearly 100%. D, 99%, RIP 99.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got my answer.
Okay.
me too. It's A.
C.
Sorry.
I
Tanner made me laugh.
I don't get it, but whatever.
The song?
I don't know
Lord, I
music.
think
Sorry.
name on high. Okay.
Oh, that
anyways.
one.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's an oldie.
Yeah.
So you said Jeremiah. Drew, what did you say?
I said A. Jeremiah said,
I said 100%, near 100%.
Okay, Jeremiah's
C.
correct.
dang it. Dang it.
All of a sudden, Drew, you were down by 2.
Okay, I'm...
'Cause,
no,
like,
I know
only,
No,
it's
you're
like-
down by 3. Sorry,
Because
you're
only
down
like
by 3.
5 people like survived or something. Like 2 people survived or something. So
All right.
You know, if
number
you
si-
didn't do that joke in 99%, I probably would have guessed that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because that's probably more, it's probably 99.8%.
No, the thing in the book was literally Waste says it's nearly 100%. Like that. Those are his exact words. At least where I got it from. On the
nearly
page.
is 99.7.
Okay.
anywho,
Okay, number 7. How does Dr. Cody finally avoid succumbing to the zombie attack in the Star Destroyer's med lab? So remember, she's in the med lab. She gets
Yep.
attacked. She's by
Yep.
herself.
Yep.
A, she stabs it with syringes full of the antivirus. B, a 2-1B medical droid saves her. C, she uses a sharp medical tool to stop it. D, she convinces it that it needs to go home and rethink its life. That's a Attack of the Clones reference for you. The amount of stuff from this universe that I hold in my head versus the amount of stuff from the real world that I forget is fascinating to me. And I don't know if it's normal, but
when you care about something, you know you retain it more.
that's true. That's true.
Can you read those again?
Yes.
The first 3.
You don't want D? Okay. She stabs it with syringes full of the antivirus. A 2-1B medical droid saves her. She uses a sharp medical tool to stop it. Like a saw or something.
Jeremiah, you have yours already?
Yeah.
I think it's B.
I'm
Okay.
going with C.
It is B.
Yes.
But Jeremiah, what you're thinking of,
I'm not
The
thinking of anything.
droid-
I was just
huh?
I wasn't thinking anything.
I was going to say
thinking
the
a guess.
droid actually uses like a medical saw to kill it, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly.
Oh,
But it wasn't her.
right.
So, yeah. Anyways.
I remember the droid.
So now you're only one off behind. Yeah. All right. Number 8. When Sartorius finds the Imperial officers in the overturned shuttle, how long did they say they had been stuck there? So you remember the like super emaciated.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
The guys in the shuttle, they were like skin and bones. They had been there for a very, relatively
Skin and
long time.
bones. That's a clue right there.
Is
It
it?
wouldn't be skin and bones after not eating for a day.
That's true. Luckily, all of these answers are pretty long periods of time. So, A, 8 weeks. B, 6 weeks. 10 weeks. I was going to say 10 weeks, but it's
10
C,
weeks.
10 weeks. So 8, 6, 10, D, 12 years, to which they say, we've done our waiting, 12 years of it. It's a Harry Potter reference.
I got
So 8, 6, or 10, or 12 years if you really wanted to just go crazy.
6.
6 weeks.
I'm going with 6 weeks also.
Okay, it was 10.
Dang it.
Good. Oof. Jeremiah,
There it
you
is.
did mine. Oof,
There it
thank
is,
you.
Tanner. I did my waiting. 12 years of it. He knows. All right, number 9. What is the name of the top secret Imperial project from which the virus originates? A, Darkwing. B, Blackwing. C, Deathwing.
Wasn't that one?
D, Chicken Wing. No, I was laughing because I read.
Oh.
I forgot what I put for some of the D ones, and so like some of these I'm reliving, and that's why I laugh because I wrote Chicken Wing. Okay, so Darkwing, Blackwing, or Deathwing?
I got mine.
A.
Darkwing?
Yep.
For both of you?
Yeah.
It was Blackwing.
Dang it.
Dang it. That's
But
stupid.
I love the confidence. You're going for it.
Blackwing sounds dumb. Darkwing sounds cooler. That's what
It does. It does actually, but it was Blackwing.
And
All
Chicken
right.
Wing sounds good.
Chicken Wing. Oh yeah. Number
Are
10.
you guys about the little drummy or the flat
Both.
piece?
Doesn't matter.
What?
The two.
He's
kind of
asking
chicken
his
wing.
chicken wing. question.
Boneless.
Oh, disgrace.
Hit the super out. Get out.
Bro.
Get out.
It's easier to eat.
It's not chicken wings. That's breast.
So
Yeah,
it's still chicken.
I'm
And when I go to
disappointed
a
in
K
you.
BBQ or a K barbecue chicken place, I get the boneless. It's so good. Anyways,
See, Michaela,
adult chicken nuggets for days.
Yes.
Yeah, Micaiah is bone in.
Well, yeah, like a normal human being. I
Yes.
like. Okay,
Well,
I
normal
like the
human
drum
beings
is
have
good.
seen A Quiet Place.
Okay, I like the drum, but the
Of course you do.
what's those things called?
the flat or
The flats are nice because I
two-bone.
like to break them off and then like you can strip the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, number 10. Who kills the last zombie aboard the Imperial shuttle the gang escapes in? All right. Who kills the very last zombie? The very end of the book. A. Dr. Cody. B. Han. C. Trig. D. Wesley Andrews coffee because it leaves you feeling so alive. Ayo.
You disagree, Drew?
So it leaves you feeling so alive after someone killed someone.
No. Well, it kills the zombie because it
Oh,
makes him
my
feel. See what I'm saying? Yeah.
I want to say the doctor, but I also want to say
Han. Oh,
No.
See, you're gonna say Trig.
Trig is
What's your final answer?
who's Trig again?
Trig is the kid. True.
That's what I thought.
Trig is the kid.
Trig is his brother dies.
Yeah, Kale. So you've got the young kid who survives. This is the end of the book. The
Okay.
doctor, the young
Look,
kid who
my
survives.
gut. Jeremiah, you in? You got it?
What did you? What is your
No,
answer?
I'm just making sure. Jeremiah.
I'm still thinking. So it's a
Oh.
Doctor, Han, and the kid. ABC.
Yeah, it's like a game
I
of
don't know.
Clue.
I guess I got my answer.
A.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with B.
It is A.
Dang it.
It is Dr. Cody, which means
I'm winning.
that at the end of the second round, Drew is up by 1. Hit the burr, burr, burr,
Chad, I
burr.
did it.
There it is.
I don't want to rub it in Jeremiah's face.
Yeah, but speaking of that D answer, Wesley Andrews coffee and tea. To be sure, Andrew didn't put that in there just to have a really rough segue into the sponsored segment of today's episode. But he did. So listen to a word from the sponsor of today's episode.
Hey everyone, Andrew here. I'm pleased to tell you that the sponsor of today's episode is Wesley Andrews Coffee and Tea. If you don't know anything about Wesley Andrews, you definitely should. They're an award-winning coffee roaster and shop in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and they make fantastic coffee. The awesome thing is that whether you live in the Twin Cities or not, you can get their coffee beans delivered straight to your door by ordering them online. They even have a subscription service that ensures you never run out of amazing coffee. If you've been looking for some new coffee to try or a way to elevate your normal coffee routine, now's your chance. Head over to wesleyandrews.cc, use the code EMPIRERADIO, that's with a capital E and a capital R with no space at checkout, to get 15% off your first purchase of any bags of coffee or a coffee subscription. I can't think of a better deal. Get 15% off some great coffee, support a small business, and support your favorite Star Wars podcast. In the words of Emperor Palpatine, do it.
Do it.
Do it.
I was like, Drew's just like there with his can, like at his mouth. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm waiting for him. All right. So what'd you say the score was?
I'm
11
by,
me.
Wait, you
12.
tell us.
Well, if you're drinking Wesley Andrews, you're winning anyways.
Facts.
I think I must have missed a point.
Which Andrew, you never told me to mail you some stuff.
Drew, I told you I would be back on Wednesday.
You didn't say that's when to mail it to me. Wednesday, as in like today?
No, when I got back from Alabama.
I got back the day after you, I think.
Oh,
so everything's
you can send it whenever
wishy-washy.
at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was Alabama?
Fantastic. I need
Really?
to get you. I need to. Yeah,
Can I come?
Yeah, I told Davis. I was like, "Yo, we need to get Drew down here." He was like, "Yeah, tell that boy to come on down here whenever he wants, bud." I was like, "All right." So we'll work something
I'm
out.
excited. We gotta go do this.
Yeah,
Jeremiah, you want to come?
I have no desire. Sorry, I'm good.
Yo, it's so peaceful.
No, I'm good.
You can chop wood with me with a big axe.
Sounds terrible.
And I'm gonna go shoot with your father-in-law.
Yeah,
I'm good.
and I'll film it because he didn't let me shoot. It's just fine because I don't shoot.
I can just picture.
I didn't tell you about my deep sea fishing trip.
I saw the pictures of that, Drew, and it was traumatizing because of my deep sea fishing trip where I threw up for 4 hours straight. I don't like deep sea fishing.
We were.
anyways.
Me too. 4 hours straight.
Speaking of deep sea fishing, moving on to Dark Empire. It's not related at all. But we are officially halfway through the trivia. All right.
Dark Empire, that's the comic one, right?
It is the comic one, yes.
Okay.
So I was going to do the Jedi Academy trilogy, but that was a trilogy. It was a lot of information. So I decided to spare you both that. So we're going to jump into the comic. All right. So now we're going to go back. We're going to revert to Jeremiah being first.
All right.
Just Jeremiah, Jedi Academy hits. All right. So Jeremiah is going to answer first. We're going to switch it up. Number 1, in the opening scene, the Millennium Falcon / New Republic are on a mission to do what? A, stop an Imperial civil war on Coruscant. B, save a group of rebel soldiers caught in the crossfire of that civil war. C, investigate a mysterious ruins under the Imperial Palace. D, get the latest Stanley Cup drop.
Are they even allowed to sell them anymore?
Who knows? Who knows at this point?
I just like my trusty pink cup I have every
It's
episode.
legendary at this point.
I
It's
actually
gonna
have
go
a
down.
really nice Stanley, but I feel like I'm dying now every time I drink it. You get a little bit more sick every time I drink it.
You need to wash that.
I don't think you can wash out, what's it called?
Bacteria?
No. Because didn't you hear that they have like, try to help me out.
They can't help you out if they have no idea what you're talking about.
They just came out that they have lead in them. They all have lead in them.
What?
Oh, you guys didn't hear? You didn't hear about that?
Oh,
care
soccer
about-
moms. RIP soccer moms.
Yeah.
Yeah, fellow Carters are fantastic. Tanner knows.
I don't know. What was the answers again?
What was the question? I'm so lost.
In the opening scene of the comic,
Yes.
the Millennium Falcon / New Republic are on a mission to do what? A, stop an Imperial civil war on Coruscant. B, save a group of rebel soldiers caught in the crossfire of said civil war. C, investigate mysterious ruins under the Imperial Palace, or the old Imperial Palace. Oh, sorry.
I am going to go with C.
Investigate the ruins?
Yes.
Okay. Drubert? Druforius Maximus?
The fourth?
C.
C? You picked the same one?
Yep.
Well, neither of you got it.
It was B.
It was save a group of rebels caught in
Dang
the
it!
crossfire.
That was
Yeah.
my gut.
I thought that was like later on in the...
No,
Book.
that was right
Or
away.
There is another rescue, yeah, but
Oh.
the very first one was the rebels. They had been there
I-
for like 6 or 7 days or something like
I
that.
remember that, and I was like, Jeremiah, I prefer going first because I don't second guess myself.
You gotta. This is a test in you finding your own confidence in the Force, Drew.
Yeah.
Aw,
This
that
is
was
your
so
Jedi
cute, the way
trial.
you said that thing. Yeah,
Um,
chills.
Okay, two. What BA feat of strength does Luke show towards the beginning of the story? A, he destroys a bunch of battle droids with the Force. B, he single-handedly stops the Civil War. C, he single-handedly takes down an AT-AT. D, he uses the Force to levitate a slice of pear to Leia from across the table.
C.
Pretty BA. Yeah, C was my answer. No, it was. It was.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, you're
Was it
both right.
right?
Good job. Yeah,
Thank you.
you're
It
both right.
was. See,
It was just the way you said it. Well, C was my answer. Like, okay.
it was my answer.
All right.
I hate
Number
this.
number 3. What is the main function of the World Devastator machines? A, they rip natural resources from a planet and use them to make war machines. B, they use the natural resources from the planet to use them to make battle droids. C, they rip natural resources from a planet and use them to make new stormtroopers. D, they ask for permission to use the natural resources to better the world around them.
A.
Did you say that at the same time?
Yes.
Yes.
You're
So
both
there's
right.
no.
You're both right. Good job.
There's no.
Can't make a stormtrooper out of like trees and stuff.
I mean,
Hey, man, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
yeah. I mean, the times are tough. Okay.
I was gonna say destroy the world because that's the name of the machine.
No, they're world devastators. You would
To
have to be
devastate and
yeah.
destroy
Anyway.
the world.
Number 4. What planet was the new seat of the Empire on in the Dark Empire series? A, Bava. B, Bith. C, Biss. D, Bloomington.
Why you do like all South and West Metro stuff?
Because that's where I lived. That's where I'm like most familiar
Remember,
with that
he
stuff.
lived like in Bloomington. Dude, if he still lived here now, he would live like 10 minutes away. I'd be 10 minutes between both of you guys.
Dude, I lived like you could you couldn't throw a ball from me to the Mall of America, but you
I
could
know
get
we
pretty
went
close.
to your apartment.
Yeah. So, Bava, Biff, or Bias?
I'm gonna go with C.
C, Bias.
I'm not. I'm gonna go with A.
A, Bava. Well, Jeremiah's right. It's Biss.
Nice.
Good job.
1 point.
No, you're tied now.
That was
Jeremiah, what
1
did you
point.
got?
Huh?
And
Well,
Jeremiah
I already lost count, so I messed up second
Oh.
round.
Jeremiah
I thought it
has
was up by
Jeremiah.
2.
No, you're both at 14.
Okay.
So you're tied now.
So I know my points are right. I don't know what Drew's points are. I screwed those up. So
So,
How many points do you have, Jeremiah?
14.
yeah, Drew, you have 14. Number 5. What does the Empire employ against the New Republic at the Battle of Mon Cala? A, robotic TIE fighters. B, a brand new model of TIE fighter. C, TIE interceptors. D, bow tie pasta.
That sounds good.
Stop whispering. What were the first two again?
Robotic TIE fighters, or B, a brand new model of TIE fighter.
I'm gonna
A
go
brand
with
new
A.
model being not robotic.
I'm gonna go with A.
You want A? Okay, Drew.
My gut.
your gut, Drew.
I don't want to though.
Search your feelings.
Search your feelings, Drew.
A.
You're both right. Good job. Tied. Like a TIE fighter. Hey! Boop, 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 boop. Anyways. All right. Number 6. We're into the 2-point range. We're almost to the wild card ones. This is going pretty quick. I thought it was going to take longer. Than maybe I should have done like 50 questions. But I was like, oh, maybe that'll be too long. See, now I've shot
You
myself in
didn't
the
go
foot.
with your gut.
I didn't go with my gut. What was the name of the estranged Jedi Han and Leia met on Nal Hutta?
It's pronounced Han.
Han. I'm saying it like that on purpose. A. Bodabas. D. Vodo Siaskbas. Good luck. C. Vimada Boda. D. Velma Dinkley.
Were those first three all names in the book, or did you make up 2 names?
All 3 of those names are names from Star Wars Legends.
Okay, but only
one of them is from this specific story. Buca de... Oh, no, I should have done Buca de Beppo. Oh, that would have been so much better.
Can you go do the names again?
Okay. Bodabas, Vodo Siaskabas, Vima da Boda.
A.
Hey,
It was C.
dang it! I felt
Bodabas, listen, Bodabas was the name of the Jedi in the Holocron in the Jedi Academy trilogy, which I think was out of continuity with this comic, because when they got the Holocron, it was a different Jedi. But anyways, bless you.
Oh, so we could play Clue. You're right.
We could. I've got it on Switch. It's really fun.
Really?
I have never played Clue in my entire life.
It's really fun.
I was gonna say something stupid. Let's just keep going down the next one.
You sure you don't want to say it?
No.
It's not family
I was gonna
friendly.
say get a clue.
You
Clue, but
you got it.
Let's keep going.
All right, number 7. What helped Luke break the power of the dark side over him on Bias? The love Han and Leia had for him. B, Leia's light side powers being added to his own. C, being reminded that he was wrong by being confronted by Han and Leia. D, Wesley Andrews coffee.
B.
Okay, Drew.
B.
You're both right. Good job.
Yeah.
What question was that? Number
7.
So, okay.
So you both got 2 points for that one. Good job. I'm surprised you remembered that, Jeremiah.
I remember Leia doing some stuff. That's it. That's about it.
That's the quote of the day. I just remember Leia doing some stuff. Number 8. What are the options Palpatine gives Luke when he goes to confront him? All right. So this is before he gets naked. All right. This is old Sheev. Old Sheev's there right before he switches bodies. And these are the options he gives Luke. All right. It's like that one meme of the guy where he's like, you get and I get on this side. You know what I'm saying? A, you can permit me to move into your body, or all those near you will die. B, I will kill you now, or you can permit me to move into your body. C, you can permit me to move into your body, or I will move into your sisters by force. D, you can get with this, or you can get with that.
A.
Okay.
A.
That was B.
It is A.
Oh, okay. It's B. Okay.
It was B.
What?
He says, I can kill, basically, I'll kill you, or you can let me float in there. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well,
somehow Palpatine returned. Okay. Number 9. During the final confrontation with the Emperor, what does Luke tell Leia was his reason for turning to the dark side willingly? So he tells this to Leia. A, he had to know why his father chose the dark side. B, was the only way to learn how to wow, I can't talk. It was the only way to learn how to defeat a being as powerful as the Emperor. B or C, by learning the dark side, he could find a stronger sense of balance in himself, elevating his own power. D, he was super bored one day and wanted to try something new. So either A, he had to know why his father chose the dark side.
What was the question again?
During the final confrontation with the Emperor, what does Luke tell Leia is his reason for turning to the dark side willingly? Because remember, he goes and he's with the Emperor on his own accord. So what is the reason for that? A, he wanted to know why his father chose the dark side. B, it was the only way to learn how to defeat a being as powerful as the Emperor. Or C, he basically wanted to learn the dark side to find a new balance within himself to elevate his own powers.
I'm going to go with B.
Okay.
B.
It was A. So it's kind of a trick question because in the beginning, He's like, this is the only way I can stop the Emperor. But at that specific part, he looks at her and he's like, I wanted to know why my father chose the dark side. I was like, that sounds so stupid, but okay.
That's why I didn't want to pick that one, because I'm like, that sounds stupid.
You're about to, in this wild card section, just prepare yourself.
Okay.
It's unhinged. All right.
They're making fun of your dad jokes. Keep going.
No, not my wife. It's
Oh,
Cheeto.
what?
He's giving Andrew dad powers.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, he came out. I thought he was going to come in here and start yelling at me, but anyway.
Saw your reel of him jumping on your lap when you're recording.
You know what's funny?
And the thing is, you were like not even aware that he was there for like just 5 seconds. He was sitting on the table
Because I was so concentrated. Yeah, and freaking. So it's so funny because like on YouTube specifically, I post like 4 covers in a row, some of my finest work, right? And they're like they do all right. I post one freaking video of Cheeto, first 2 hours, 2,000 views. I'm like, of course the cat brings in views. Anyways, number 10.
Works,
always have the cat in the thumbnail.
I should
just to put
really
him in
should.
there. And
I should just hold him up in the middle.
Yeah.
Number 10. How does Luke and Leia, I wrote how do, but it was DOE. How do Luke and Leia defeat the Emperor? All right. A. They blast him with a wave of light side energy, causing him to turn his force storm upon himself. B. They blast him with a wave of light side energy, causing him to disintegrate into the dark side. C. They blast him with a wave of light side energy, severing his control of said force storm. D. They blast him with a wave of light side energy, causing him to expel gas. He dies from the embarrassment.
Or
so they hit him with the wave.
the power of friendship.
Or E, the power of friendship, as Tanner said. So A is they blast him with the wave and causes him to turn his force storm upon himself. B, they blast him with the wave of light side energy, causing him to disintegrate into the dark side. Or C, they blast him with a wave of dark side or light side energy, severing his control with the force storm.
I'm gonna go with B.
B.
Disintegrate into the dark side, Jeremiah?
Yep.
That's
okay.
Jeremiah.
True.
I was gonna go with B, but I'm thinking it's A.
Well, neither of you are right.
See?
So this was, again, these are supposed to be more difficult, the last 5. So in this case, Palpatine had already done the Force Storm thing, and you can't, like, it's basically uncontrollable. So what they did was they cleaved his control of the storm away from him. They separated him from the storm, and then that ate him up. It's poetic. It's like poetry. It rhymes, to quote George Lucas.
Yep.
All right. So moving into the wild card round.
So what's the total score now?
Currently, you're both at 17.
Awesome.
So it's anyone's game because these next.
We're doing a lot better than I thought we were. I thought it was
are
like a hockey game score 2-1 in overtime type of thing.
No, you've done well. You've done really well. So this is where it gets a little unhinged. Okay. So I specifically searched the archives of the EU for some of the more wild, more stupid, more zany, if you will, aspects of the EU.
So we don't know this stuff?
No. I mean, you might.
Straight up guessing.
You might, if you have like heard some of this in passing, if like I had said something about it at what point, but this is uncharted waters. I've never covered any of this on the show or the podcast. And I specifically, there were a lot that like had to deal with like character deaths or like big events in the New Jedi Academy series or the New Jedi Order, but I really want to read those and do a podcast episode on them, like condense all 19 books into a single episode because it's the whole Yuuzhan Vong thing. And
15,000 slides I have to edit.
And so I decided to avoid all of that, all of the spoilers from that. So these are going to be fun, to say the least.
I'm hoping those early Star Wars 3 videos are going to come into play that I can remember.
The early, oh yeah, when you were watching them.
Yeah, because that's all he did was like backstory stuff and random stories and stuff from the EU.
Okay, here we go. These are worth 5 points. There's only 10 of them. We're in the home stretch.
How are we doing? Who goes first?
All right, I'm going to pick another number this time. We're going to make it completely random.
Should we do
All right.
switch every question?
Well, it'd be Drew would be next if we just go back and forth.
Okay. Well,
let's just
yeah,
do that.
we'll switch every question then.
Oh,
I think that's
All right. No, you know what? I'll let Drew have it. You can go first.
I don't like that.
you liked that before. Now you changed
weren't
your
you
mind.
like, let me go first?
Yeah, for the book I read.
Okay. Well, anyways,
If I want to make
do you
sure
want to
I
go
don't
first?
lose,
Do you want to go first, or do you want to switch every time?
I want to switch every time, but Jeremiah
Okay,
wants
Drew-
me to go first. I'll go first. It's up to Jeremiah.
Drew go first
Oh,
Every time?
gosh.
every time.
Okay.
You better
cool.
pick the book I want him to do.
All right. Here we go. Well, it's anyone's game at this point because these are 5-point questions. All
Yeah,
right.
But if Jeremiah doesn't know, he could just pick what I picked and then.
No, it's in his best interest to pick something different depending. Well, anyways. All right. Number 1. Let's begin. In the EU comic Resurrection, Darth Vader
Oh, yeah, that
arrives.
one. Yeah, I read that.
I was like, Darth Vader arrives on a remote moon with an enclave of dark side prophets while scouring the galaxy for the stolen Death Star plans. All right, here's the setting. He's looking for the plans. He shows up on a remote moon. They've got an enclave of dark side prophets. The prophets don't believe he's fit to rule beside the Emperor and challenge him to a duel by conjuring a long dead Darth side foe. So they challenge him because they don't believe he's strong enough by resurrecting a dark side foe who has been long dead. Who does he fight? A, Darth Bane. B, Darth Plagueis. C, Darth Maul. D, Darth Revan. Now, I want to, before you answer,
Is this
I wanted
before
to-
episode 1, 2, and 3 came out?
who knows?
Okay.
See, here's the thing. You have to understand that I have covered the more tame, stable, more like easily understandable parts of the EU in my episodes. There's a wild side.
Oh, I know. I've heard.
And we're touching that side tonight. So keep in mind that Drew, you can't ask the chat.
I wasn't asking. I was like,
So, anyways, just keep in mind not to cast doubt, but it could be the wildest sounding one. It might not be, but these are kind of unhinged. We're kind of dipping our toe in the water here with this one, but the rest of them get kind of crazy.
I got my answer.
Okay, Drew, what's
which
your
one
answer?
is Plagueis?
B.
I don't like the way you answered that.
Well, I had to look down at. I don't remember which order I put them
Okay,
in.
I'm gonna go with B.
You're going with Plagueis?
I'm
Jeremiah.
Gonna go with D. Revan.
It was Maul.
Damn it!
What?
I literally said Maul as a joke too in the
Yeah,
beginning.
and it was funny because I was like, oh, Drew's gonna answer Maul. He freaking loves Maul.
Because as I'm like, Maul fails at every single thing he does. So why would they resurrect him?
This
to
is
fight?
before the Clone Wars comics.
Yeah, this
stuff.
was before Clone Wars, so
yeah,
he was
but
still
he
like,
failed in episode
Well,
1.
and it makes sense too because
Well, remember
he
the
was
logic.
only
Remember
one-
the logic, because Obi-Wan beat him. Well, I guess Vader technically beats Obi-Wan later, but Obi-Wan lets him win.
But I was gonna say, but like it's kind of one of those things too. He was the only other Padawan to him. Dang it! I should have went with the Maul. I'm so mad at
Yeah.
myself right now. Oh,
All right, so no one got that one. That's fine. We're gonna move on.
I did in spirit. I just didn't go with my gut.
Number 2, in the novel "The Courtship of Princess Leia,"
Oh yeah, Jeremiah, you like this one? Remember?
we finally get the story of how Han and Leia are actually married, how they did the whole courtship thing, as the title describes. What did Han do to ensure that she would be his love forever. All right. A, he kidnaps her. B, he bets her love on a game of sabacc. C, he accidentally kills a rival suitor. D, he sells the Millennium Falcon. If you notice, the D's, they're not fun answers anymore. These are all four of them. I'm trying to give you a fighting chance. Huh?
They're all potential.
Yes. I've changed the strategy a little bit here. They're all potential answers. No jokes. Because it's the EU. Like, there's some of these some of the actual answers are jokes in and of themselves.
I got my answer.
He kidnaps her. He bets her love on a game of sabacc. He accidentally kills a rival suitor. He sells the Millennium Falcon.
I'm going to go with my gut.
Okay.
I got mine.
D.
Drew.
He sells the Falcon. Okay.
I'm going to say A.
It's A. Yes. He kidnaps her.
Oh, man. That's 5 points. I'm down by 5 points.
See, I knew it wasn't C because he had to make a choice to what he did, but C was an accident.
Very well.
I wanted to say played. C, and then I was like, wait, that's not a choice.
So
if you would have done this accidentally, then I would have been like, oh, maybe.
So yeah, I told this one to Micaiah while we were going to get dinner tonight. So, fun fact, he wins the planet. He wins the planet Dathomir in a sabacc game.
Fun.
And there's another suitor, and he's so intimidated by this other suitor and is scared that she's going to go with this other suitor. He kidnaps her and takes her to Dathomir.
Bride napping.
Does she know that he's kidnapping her, or is she like, hey,
I don't know. I haven't read the book.
Oh.
So it's one of the ones that I've not read yet.
Let's honeymoon on Dathomir. Here it's nice this time of year.
Yeah. I will say the Witches of Dathomir in the EU they all ride Rancors. That's like one of their things.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's pretty cool. All right. So Jeremiah is up by a substantial lead now. By 5 points.
1 point.
No,
because aren't they all worth 5 points? So if I get one right, then we're tied again.
Yeah, but anyways. All right. In the EU, the droid with the bad motivator, R5D4, we all know him, we all love him, once lived a very different life. What was he before the events of A New Hope? A spy for the Rebel Alliance named Hoppy. B, a force-sensitive droid named Skippy. C, the leader of a droid combat unit for the Empire named Leaper. D, the first droid artist to ever become famous on Coruscant under the alias Walker with 2 Ks. So he's either a spy for the Rebel Alliance, a force-sensitive droid, the leader of a droid combat unit for the Empire, or the first celebrated famous droid artist on Coruscant.
I have my answer.
True. Just remember, the more you don't get, the farther behind you get.
Okay.
But I believe in you. So A is a spy for the Rebel
I want to
Alliance.
say A, but I also want to say D. That's pretty specific, and it's kind of hard for you to make up something like that.
Okay. So what's your answer?
A.
Okay.
I was going with A as well.
Okay, well, it's force-sensitive droid.
Huh?
Yeah, I made the specific thing that was too specific to make up. I made that up.
Because I knew
he was a force-sensitive droid named Skippy. I told you it's getting unhinged.
So the thing is, I knew
why Disney canceled.
So then A is the canon one then.
Yeah, I guess.
Because I knew I've heard that before.
Yeah,
and I know that I've heard that there was a force-sensitive droid in the EU.
Yeah, his name was Skippy.
I remember,
and it was actually kind of like satire because the state of the EU was so wild at that point that they did it almost as a joke.
Oh,
but he was force sensitive. He used to be like a servant in Jabba's palace, and he uses a force like a Jedi mind trick to get away by doing it on a Gamorrean guard.
Dumb. All right, keep going.
So, anyways,
So that
but it's
story
a comic.
came out before episode 1 because the midichlorian thing would have.
He's got it. It's in the oil. It's in his veins. It's
It
fine.
is in the oil.
Okay.
It's canon. You got to drink it.
So we're getting into Luke Skywalker territory here. Before ending up with Mara Jade, how many other love interests did Luke have?
Ooh.
A, 3.
My queen.
B, 2. C, 1. Or D, none. Mara Jade was the first.
I got
What
my
was
answer.
A? You said 3?
3, 2, 1, none. They're descending from A to D. 3, 2, 1, none.
You have your answer, Jeremy?
I do.
B.
Okay, Jeremiah.
D.
It was B.
Yes! Yes!
Calm down. The game's not done yet.
Hey, we're tied. That's all I care about.
Actually, yeah, you're tied. Good job. Wait, those two lines are really close together. Let me erase those real quick. But yes, you are tied. Okay.
So happy
To-
we're tied right now.
To take that one step further, one of the answers below is one of his actual love interests. Which one is it? A, one of Chewie's cousins.
Oh God.
What are you laughing at, Jeremiah?
I'm asking because that's probably the answer.
B, Boba Fett's estranged sister.
Ooh.
C, the disembodied spirit of a dead Jedi from the Clone Wars. A disembodied spirit. Okay, we're talking about a spirit here. I just want to make that clear. A dark Jedi who tried to resurrect the Sith but turned to the light. So we have a Wookiee. Okay. Boba Fett's estranged sister that he didn't know about. A spirit or a dark Jedi?
I got my answer.
Which one of these was his actual love interest? And remember, the EU is a wild place. Okay.
C.
It's wild. You said C?
Spirit.
Okay.
That was my answer too.
Okay. Well, you both got it. Good job.
So stupid. Oof. Was that really your answer, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
That actually kind of doesn't surprise me with Luke.
So this got a little weird because he falls for the spirit, and then he has a student that's like kind of in a mental health crisis, and the spirit
Bodies.
embodies, possesses the student, and like Luke's like really eerily okay with it's strange. It's a strange. Yeah,
Sounds
it's
like
a weird.
Luke
I haven't
was-
read those books, and like after reading the Reddit threads, like there were people that were like, I couldn't make it through these books. She also apparently the spirit quotes Casablanca, like the "Here's looking at you, kid" line, and someone was like, the second I read that, I was like, I can't finish this book. So, anyways, getting a little bit crazier here.
Crazier than that.
Oh yeah, not unlike canon, Palpatine has a son in the EU. What is his name? Trioculus? Triclops? Tri-Eye? Or Trigon? Trioculus? Triclops? Tri-Eye? Or Trigon?
I got mine.
Me too. B.
D.
It was B.
Yes. Because that was so stupid, and it's got to be that.
So, fun fact, in this story set, like, it was like 6 years, or not 6 years. It was very soon after Return of the Jedi. His son is named Triclops, and Palpatine hated him because he was like kind of a pacifist and he didn't want to do bad things. And yes, Tanner's right. So Triclops had an eye on the back of his head. He did have 3 eyes. Trioculus had an eye in the middle of his forehead. So they both had 3 eyes. And Trioculus took his identity as Palpatine's son, because his son was locked away in a prison because Palpatine hated him, and tried to like claim Palpatine's throne after Return of the Jedi. And he did a lot of things, including faking Force lightning. But he was a fraud. He didn't have the Force. And so Luke actually breaks him out, and they defeat Trioculus together. So there are 2 people claiming to be Palpatine's son in the EU that have 3 eyes and very similar names.
Fun.
Yep. Yeah, Tanner's on it. Okay. So Drew is up
by 5.
Yes. No.
How many more questions is there?
I got 2 5s and he got 3 5s, so he's up by 1 question.
Yeah, he is. That's correct. Okay, number 7. In the Bounty Hunter Wars trilogy, this is one that I've actually read, Boba Fett brings in an old friend for a job named Daharin. All right. What was his distinguishing feature? A, he had his head replaced with a massive laser cannon. B, he had both of his arms replaced with vicious vibroswords. C, he had blaster cannons surgically implanted onto his shoulders. D, he had his brain removed and implanted in a mech suit.
I feel like all of these have
Are
happened
possible.
in the EU at some point.
Okay, I got mine.
You say them again?
A is he had his head replaced with a massive laser cannon. B, he had both of his arms replaced with vibroswords. C, he had blaster cannons surgically implanted into his shoulders. D, he had his brain removed and implanted into a mech suit.
I have mine.
Okay.
C.
Okay.
I was going to say C also.
Well, you're both wrong.
Oh.
Is it the swords?
His head was replaced with a laser cannon.
B was my second choice.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, his head is
I
literally like a massive, really powerful laser cannon.
So I remember you talking to us about that, but for some reason I thought it was just they were implanted into his shoulders. But I remember you telling me about.
I'm gonna be real. It was very hard to read any description of him because it was so weird. Like having an author writing a character who has a human body and a laser cannon for a head, and like having to write them emoting and like communicating with people. It was wild.
Yeah,
it was wild.
It's almost as like crazy as having a character who's a rock.
Geode.
That's true. Will, I'm here by the way. I just don't know nothing about these questions. LOL. All right, number 8. We only have 3 more. It's
Me
gonna be
and Jeremiah were on the same wavelength of the last one, though.
Yeah. I was gonna say this is probably gonna be the shortest EU episode we've ever done. So
True.
Give you all a break this time. All right. Number 8. In Planet of Twilight, Leia discovers and has to confront an old Jedi who left the Order, fell to the dark side, and enslaved a planet. Okay? So there's your setting. It's an old Jedi from the Order who left the Order.
And enslaved a planet. Was Leia
Fell to the
doing
dark
again?
side. Huh?
Leia's just there?
Just read the question from the beginning.
Read it all again. I was so lost.
In the book Planet of Twilight, or
Okay.
in the story Planet of Twilight, Leia discovers
Mhm.
and has to confront an old Jedi who left the Order, fell to the dark side, and enslaved a planet. Okay?
Okay.
What species was he? A, a Gungan. B, a Gamorrean. C, a Hutt. D, a Wookiee.
I got mine.
I got mine.
A.
C.
Jeremiah got it. It was a hut.
So what was C again?
A hut.
Oh.
It was a hut. It was
I
the
only
only
remember, I
one who
know
had
there was a Hutt Jedi,
yellow lightsaber too.
and it's like he looked like a little T-Rex
Oh,
with his arms trying
yeah.
to use a lightsaber.
Yep.
All right,
So it was
tie
a hut.
game.
Oh man.
All right. So there's 2 questions left. It's anyone's game. It really is at this point. all right?
Literally.
Number 9. What pop culture character stumbles upon the bones of Han Solo in a comic from 2004? All right. This is a pop culture character, not
Oh my gosh.
from Star Wars,
Oh my gosh.
in a crossover comic
Oh my gosh.
from
here we go.
2004. They happen to stumble upon the bones of Han Solo. All right. Is it A, Indiana Jones? B, Captain Kirk? C, E.T.? Or D, Predator? Bones can be in any setting.
I got my answer.
Okay. So you got Indiana Jones, Captain Kirk, E.T., and Predator. This is 2004. All right. So the prequels the prequels are doing the prequels things, but like
Well, okay. Well, I'm trying to think. Like, do we know that all 4 of these franchises have comics?
I think they all
I don't-
do.
I don't think ET does.
I
In 2004, E.T. could have. The early 2000s were a wild time for the late 90s and the early 2000s were wild for fandom. So
Okay, I got mine.
So it was Indiana Jones.
yep, Captain Kirk, Star Trek, E.T., and Predator.
I got mine.
I
Okay.
got mine.
All right, Drew, go.
A.
Okay.
D.
So we got Indiana Jones and Predator.
Yes.
It was Indiana Jones.
Dang.
Yes. Because bones.
Well, no, I get that, but there was already like the crossover in Indiana Jones with C-3PO and R2-D2 and the hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
Like, it's
So
probably
in
not
this
gonna do that.
comic, Indiana Jones is actually searching for Sasquatch, and it turns out to be Chewie, and they find the bones of Han Solo. It's kind of depressing. So, anyways,
How does
he
Indiana
really
Jones,
found himself. Boo, Tanner. Boo.
How does the crossover work though? Like, do they?
It's an
they-
Indiana Jones. It's like a
Comic.
side story for a Star Wars comic where the Indiana Jones is like the main character looking for Sasquatch.
You were-
Oh.
I was like,
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't
Almost
ET because
guessing-
ET is already part of
Yeah.
I was gonna
Star Wars
say,
canon.
I
I
will
was
tell you-
almost guessing ET. That was
it
like
was
gonna be
very
my
difficult.
second guess.
It was very difficult to choose the other ones for this one because I was like, "What?" Because I thought Indiana Jones would be too much of a giveaway because it was Lucasfilm,
That's why I picked it.
and
But
so I was like,
almost
"I've
picked
got to
ET.
pick stuff that like is conceivable for 2004."
Star Trek. I was like, if that's
Yeah,
that, I
there's
quit. Like,
there's
that'd
no
be
way
so
that they would do
stupid.
that.
No.
So I knew it was either A or D.
Yeah.
And
See,
I was like,
I was
A
thinking
is too
ET.
obvious, and Predator would be the most like extreme. Like
I wanted it to be Predator. I really did. That
When
would have
you
been really
said
fun.
D, I was like, oh no. But I was like, it's probably A because it's kind of funny because he found himself. But then I also was thinking it could be ET because why not? But
I love just the why not. All right, the last question.
all right, Drew's up by 1. So if he gets this, he wins.
if
Yep.
you get it, it's
If we
tied.
both get it, he wins. So I have to get it, and you have to not get it for us to tie. Do you have a
Good thing
tiebreaker?
I'm going because I would have just answered.
Wait, what? Jeremiah, if you both if you both get it,
'Cause-
he does win. So you essentially have to pick different answers.
Essentially.
Well, but so if we say the same one, then it's either way I lose.
Yeah,
Is there a tiebreaker?
there can be.
He's gonna have to think of something off the top.
I can
his
think of
head.
something off the top of my head here.
Okay.
Maybe we can do like voicemail time, and by the time I'm done with the voicemail time, I can have another.
Or
question
we could
prepared.
just tie and then agree on the same book. That you
That's
do.
not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen.
Really? Because you said the one I wanted to do. So,
I was trying to guess what you were guessing
oh,
or referring to. Anyway, what's this next question?
All right. Number 10. In the tale, Therefore I Am, the tale of IG-88, IG-88 downloads his brain and into and briefly controls what Imperial weapon? The Executor Superstar Destroyer, Vader's Superstar Destroyer. Now, this is briefly. So this isn't something that you're going to be able to like look at the movies or whatever and be able to, oh, that was weird. It's like, we're talking like a handful of minutes here. The Executor Superstar Destroyer, the Death Star 2, the Sun Crusher, we know that one, a squadron of robot TIE fighters. So we've got Vader's Superstar Destroyer, Death Star 2, the Sun Crusher, the new weapon from the expanded universe, newish, or a fighter of robotic TIE fighter, or a squadron of robotic TIE fighters, excuse me.
I have my answer.
It's brief. So you wouldn't be able to tell from watching any of the media or like really even reading
I got it.
the books. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. I hit the mute button at just the right time.
I was like, did you just do a silent sneeze?
No, I muted myself on my mic. I got a mute button right on my mic. Okay, Drew, what's your answer?
B.
I went with A.
That was what I was gonna guess. Shoot.
So Jeremiah says the Superstar Destroyer.
Yep.
Drew says Death Star 2. All right, those are your final answers. You're locking them in. This is the fate of the game.
Final answer.
Drew.
Well, you can't ask that now because I went first.
Drew.
Because I was gonna say A, but
Drew.
I think Drew won.
Drew won.
yes.
So was he right or were we both wrong?
He was right.
Oh.
So IG-88 in this short story
Let's go.
is able to take full control of the Death Star 2, and the only thing that he's really able to do is play kind of a trick on Emperor Palpatine by like opening and closing a door, and then the rebels destroy the Death Star 2. So it's like he gets like 5 minutes worth of time in control of the most powerful weapon of the galaxy at that moment.
This happens during the events of Episode 6.
Yes, and then he.
Why is he on the ship? Why is he on the Death Star 2 in the first place?
I don't know. I need to go back and read the story, but it's a short story. He's on the Death Star 2. He's able to like take control over it and like put his droid brain into the Death Star 2. He gets it for like 5 minutes, and then the rebels destroy it. So there you go. All right. So Drew,
congratulations, Drew.
You are the first winner
Yay!
of EU with Andrew Trivia Challenge.
All right, that button goes way too long. Please turn it on.
So we can talk about what you want me to do.
I thought I was gonna announce it right here, right now.
Oh, we'll do it.
All right.
It's Plagueis, isn't it?
I want to do Plagueis.
Don't do Plagueis because you already know the story, so it's not as fun.
That's not true. I already knew the other one and it was still fun.
Yep.
I just won because of it, but it's still fun. But I kind of want to do this one book that I listened to as a little kid on CD.
Oh
Oh,
gosh.
dang.
Okay.
And I used to play it at night. And I found the book for it. And I don't remember really any of it. But I want to know, Andrew, have you read this book? I don't know where you're looking.
You're doing the other. I can't see it.
Are you on Discord?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Remnant. That's the freaking New Jedi Order.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the series that I want to read.
He was
Tanner
already
just
planning
started-
on doing it.
Tanner
Well,
Tanner just started reading through those too.
So I only have this one. I don't know if this is the first one. Is this the first one?
What's the name of that one?
Force? Here, I don't even. It doesn't say if it's number 1 or 2.
Yeah. What's the name?
It just says the New Jedi Order, Remnant.
So Remnant is the
Yeah,
name of the
title.
book. Yeah.
Yeah, it is the first one. Yep.
No, it's not the first one.
Tanner
not.
says Force Heretic 1 Remnant.
So wouldn't that be the first one?
It's the first one is Vector Prime.
Okay.
So Remnant is
it says 1
the
on
Force Heretic trilogy. So you're like,
He says it's number 15.
yeah,
Oh,
you're pretty far
God.
into the. You're
Okay, maybe.
pretty far
All right,
into.
let's just do Plagueis then.
Oh,
do Plagueis?
Yes.
All right. Well, here's the thing. You're gonna have to convince my wife to let me go buy Plagueis because currently my brother-in-law Gabe has it in Minnesota, and I don't think I'm getting it back. So I'm gonna have to go buy it.
How about I mail you this with coffee and you mail it back to me one day? Unless Mikhail wants to.
I mean, you just
you.
have to. I mean, like I wanted my own copy, but like it just has to be quick because I have to have time to.
Well, you won't be doing it till after Bad Batch.
Oh,
so.
dude, send it to me with some coffee. Yeah, send it to me with some coffee then.
But this is my only copy.
Do you need to reread? Okay, do you need to reread it then?
No, I'm not going to, because I read it like 3 times, so I don't need to.
Oh, okay.
But I also want my copy back, though.
Well, I'm gonna give you your book back.
Yes, I'll mail it to you tomorrow.
With some coffee? Because I have to make a video for Jeremiah.
That's why.
Okay.
Sweet Plagueis.
Hey, do you have any more of that freaky ferment, Yunnan?
It's only $13.99 on Amazon.
That's more than I thought it would be, actually.
Drew, do you have any more of that Yunnan?
Yes, but it's like
ferment?
the last of it, so I'm sending it to you.
Yes. Micaiah and I both love that one. All right.
That's what we're doing.
He says, yeah, it's that loud budget.
$7 a day budget. That adds up though. So
yeah,
you
it's
can buy it
because of the freaking IRS. Let me tell you, tax season. Anyways,
Mikhail, I'll send you an extra bag of ferment if you just buy him one.
Why don't you just buy him the book?
Jesus. He spends too much money. No, I don't spend too much money.
Deal. All right, I'll just mail you coffee.
All right.
All right, so we'll do Plagueis
in
June
2027 when the Bad Batch is finally finished.
In June or something like that.
Jeez.
But at the same time, though, at one point I do want to read this book because I might cry.
Okay, well, here's the thing. There is a set of all of those online right now for like $120. So like the way the math comes out, it ends up being like $7 or $8 a book, which is like not bad at all. And I'm gonna buy them all because I want to read, because that's the whole Yuzong Vong thing. That's like,
I just remember
like literally so much of the EU, the significance of the EU is in those 19 books. What do you mean? What's that, Jeremiah? What's that?
I was looking at the last thing and
boy math.
It's like people like say the same thing about girl math. It's like the same thing. It's just math. It's not either one. Like the jokes are the same on both sides. Like
Jeremiah's over there doing percussion. But all right, cool.
So it's kind of weird. I listened to that one out of all of them.
Yeah,
But Luke's wife was so BA though in that book.
Yeah, she also dies in that series too.
Spoiler alert.
Not in that book.
No. Or I think it's that series. Darth Cadus. We'll get to that.
Cool.
Anyways.
All right.
No, yeah, Jeremiah, Tanner, tell me where I'm wrong, because I don't know if she dies in that one or the one after that.
Wrong.
Well, while he's writing an answer, let's transition over to everyone's favorite time of every episode, voicemail time.
It's voicemail time.
Yes.
All right, cool. Well, first up, we have 2 questions from Elias via email. So we'll do those first. First one if you could hang out with one Jedi, who would that Jedi be? For me, it's definitely Revan because he's my favorite Star Wars character. So hang out with one Jedi.
That would be an intense hangout.
Yeah, that sounds stressful.
One Jedi.
Right.
And Elias is a big EU fan. So if
Well,
you want to
clearly,
go, if you
'cause
want to go
Revan's-
with an EU answer, you can.
Oh, Legacy of the Force. Yes, the series. Isn't that the series after that? It's a part of the EU that
I'm
I
gonna say
haven't yet.
Ahsoka.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna be like, my dog is named after you, and then I can just imagine her
And
playing
she'd
with
be like,
Ahsoka
why are
and
you
Miles.
naming your dog after me? That's kind of creepy.
That's also a valid point.
No.
And you're like, because my dog looks like you. And you're like, I don't look that bad.
And then, yeah. Anyways.
Saying I look like a dog?
There's a part of me that, there's a part of me that wants to say Qui-Gon. But then there's also a part of me that wants to say Obi-Wan. Like between episodes 2 and 3 where he's like quirky, he's got all those great jokes.
Dad joke era.
Yeah, I feel like he would be really fun to hang out with over like a cup of coffee. Like I feel like he would appreciate craft coffee. You know what I'm saying? Like he would be a fun guy to hang out with.
I feel like Qui-Gon would like that more.
Yeah, Qui-Gon would be fun.
But if you hang out with Obi-Wan, you can go visit Dex.
Ooh.
Obi-Wan.
All right, I'm doing Obi-Wan then. That's
Dang, I
fine.
kind of want to do Obi-Wan now just to see Dex, honestly. I just want to go eat at that diner.
You could hang out with Pon Krell. It's almost the same thing.
I don't know. For some reason, Plo Koon kept coming to
I was
mind.
going to say, you
Yeah.
would
Plo
do
Koon's a cool guy.
He's a cool guy. But like...
You two, there's some similarities between you two, I feel like.
It's the horns.
What?
What's similar between me and Plo Koon?
I get similar vibes from your personalities.
Not at all. Plo Koon's not sarcastic. He's too serious.
You're sarcastic?
No, I'm not.
Yo.
I'll go with Plo Koon because he's just the cool guy.
Sweet.
All right.
Anakin,
Great question.
definitely not Anakin.
Not around your
just
kids.
Oh, I forgot about Anakin. Anakin's cool. I like Anakin. He'd be a fun time.
Just take him to the beach.
The YMMs.
You could take
You
him
know
to
what
the
I'm saying?
beach. That'd be fun.
You know the
conversation.
YMMs. You watch those YouTube videos. You know. The deep
I just like
videos.
M&Ms, but that's just me.
No, YMMs, the Youngling Massacre moves. It's a joke. Anyways.
All right. Second question from Elias. If you had a lightsaber, what type of hilt would you have? I'd want a curved or a normal hilt.
Oh.
You just made one.
Which is funny because Elias and Andrew had
Almost made the
same
exact same.
same
Yeah.
one.
Really?
Yeah. That's a deep. That's potentially a
double.
really deep double. Yeah.
Does a light whip count as a lightsaber?
Yeah, but Jeremiah.
I'm not saying that's what I'm saying. Is that in the running as?
I'm just asking for a friend.
Or is that
just in case Drew, wants to know.
Because you know, Indiana Jones.
Yeah, light whips are a thing. They are a thing in the EU. So if you'd like to embrace it for a few moments.
Does Indiana
In fact,
light whip?
in fact, Luke's first love interest
Yeah, she did.
had.
Yeah, she did.
She used to light whip.
I like the curved sabers for some reason. I just think they look cool, so I'll go with the curved saber.
I could see you with a look of superiority and a cape and a curved saber.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Like you're giving Dooku vibes.
Nah.
Which is funny because that's my image on Twitch, my personal account. It's the image of him from the Visual Dictionary that says "look of superiority." It's a meme. But anyways, for me, I really like. So like one of my favorite hilts of all time is Luke's from Return of the Jedi. But practically speaking, that power box is a no-go for me. Like, it has to. Yeah, Tanner knows he really likes Luke's episode 6 hilt, but it's a no. The power box for me is a no-go because like I feel like it would get in the way. So, practically speaking, I love Ahsoka's, her like katana looking ones.
But not the ones from Galaxy's Edge.
Those things are so thick.
Fact.
Jeez, I
How
thought
many C's?
50.
At
I
least
like
50.
literally. So
minimum 50.
on a side note, I thought people were joking about those, right?
Bro.
Because like the pictures don't quite do them justice, and then you look at them in the freaking case, and you're like, you have to have two hands almost to freaking wrap.
You can't single one of those.
It's so embarrassing. I'm like, y'all, you have the money to do this better.
Yeah,
it's like as thick as my wrist almost. Like
Dude,
you think I'm
it
exaggerating,
probably
but go in person and look at them. They are thick.
They're big.
Jason Solo from the EU looking his lightsaber up. All right, Tanner.
But Andrew, would you take something like a High Republic saber? Because I know you like Stellan Geos.
Or what about that saber that me and Jeremy bought you?
Oh, Revan's?
Mm-hmm.
Something. along
Revan's
those-
is weird because it has the ridges in it.
The spikes.
Yeah, I mean maybe it's just mine.
No, I think they probably are.
Yeah, there's a part of me. Oh, that is cool. There's a the way that I'm getting K-pop album ads on Wikipedia right now. Both of my worlds are colliding in a very weird way. But anyways, I would say I really like. There's a comic. There's like a manga from the High Republic where there's this girl and she's got two, and they look like katana hilts because they have the suba on them. I like those.
I really like Visions.
Oh,
Episode
California
1.
saber.
Oh
California saber.
no!
I'm changing
The
mine to
Ronin.
California.
No,
I'm
Ronin.
Drew. Thank you, Drew.
Yeah,
I want
like
the
that
Ronin
one.
saber.
I
that one
want
is
that one too.
sick.
That one's
With the
dope.
sheath.
Uh-huh.
Oh heck yeah, dude!
The sheath for no reason. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
I'm changing my answer to California saber.
Of course you are.
would. There's that sarcastic. You do have it. It's there.
That reminds me. That lightsaber reminds me of the Corridor Digital video, the real life lightsaber video, where it just keeps expanding, and Ren accidentally like takes down a plane with it while he's walking around with it.
I vaguely remember something like that.
Anyways,
Drew, did you answer?
Yeah, I just switched my answer. I did pick Malls, but I'm definitely going with that katana one.
yeah.
All right, cool.
That
Or
one was
even
sick.
the girl in Visions 2. That,
Oh, the Sith one, the art one,
yeah.
where it's like a curved one a little bit too.
It was a curved double
katana.
blade, but
Like
then
the
like
blade
one of it
itself
was
is
yellow.
curved.
Yeah.
It was like yellow and red. It was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I really liked the Bunny Girl saber too. That one
hate
was
that
really
episode.
pretty. Huh?
I hated that episode.
Okay. Well. Anyways,
I was gonna say I don't remember that.
Jeremiah
episode.
said he's internally just fighting the urge to talk about the.
I do
Village
like
Bride.
my Village Bride one, where she has where it's like the blade is like a blade where it's like flat.
Yeah.
That's
Mm.
cool. I think it's
Yeah, I'm
curved too a
surprised
little bit.
nobody chose the dark saber.
Well, he asked like
Drew
type,
just-
type
Oh.
of hilt. He asked the type of hilt.
Yeah.
No,
you,
yeah, that's
you
true.
gotta make your
So-
own.
That's
So,
true.
A curved one was my.
And technically ours. Oh no, ours. is
Yeah,
red.
the Ronin. The Ronin saber is so freaking
It's
cool.
It's probably the double.
Or the
Oh,
or that the Sith one in the episode where she has like an umbrella.
that
That
one's
was pretty
cool.
cool
Opens
too.
up
That
and spins.
one's cool. But this Ronin hilt is so
Yeah.
it's so freaking cool.
All right.
I forgot.
Well,
And he
thank
has
you.
two, and he never takes the other one out.
All right,
because they
thank
didn't-
you,
well, sorry.
Elias, for those
Yes, thank you.
questions. But we only have one audio voicemail.
Okay.
From this is his third week in a row for sending in a voicemail. So let's listen to Owen
Hey,
for
yo.
the third time.
Hey Empire Radio, Owen back with another voicemail. I've got a question for you guys this week. What is your favorite lightsaber duel in Star Wars? So to clarify, it has to be lightsabers touching lightsabers. So, for example, Rey and Kylo Ren versus the Praetorian Guards in The Last Jedi would not count. But yeah, that's my question. My favorite duel is Luke versus Vader in Return of the Jedi because I think that John Williams' music in that scene is really good.
Yes.
And I
Ooh.
also just like how Luke is able to almost. I always think that he's kind of like Mace Windu because he's like using his anger, but he doesn't fully give in to the dark side. All right, thanks. May the force be with you. Bye.
Yo,
This is young
Owen-
Padawan over
Owen
here.
knows what's
Yeah,
up.
for real.
Thank
Heck
you, Owen,
yes.
for that.
That was a fantastic. Love the interpretation of that part. Also, I totally agree. Nothing in the sequels really counts to me for me as a lightsaber duel.
Well, I was
the
gonna
chore-
pick
the
one,
choreography
and
is
then he
terrible.
said that. I'm like,
Okay,
oh,
but
shit.
still a duel, though. You can say it's terrible choreography, but still
Yeah.
a duel,
But they
Yeah,
have to
well.
touch, which
which
makes
is in 2 of the 3 movies.
So, anyways,
duel.
really quickly, he mentioned John Williams. Fun fact: in LA at the Hollywood Bowl this summer for
Oh
3
my-
days, they are doing the music of John Williams from his movies, conducted
by John Williams.
by John Williams.
Are you going?
We're thinking about it.
There's no.
How much are
nothing
those
to think
tickets?
They're
about.
they're pricey, I think, but the website was also really confusing, so we don't really know for sure. But it's 3 days. It's him and another composer, so conductor.
We probably
They're gonna
can't
be
stand up that
co-conducting.
long.
Yeah, I mean he's pretty old, but they're
He's like
co-conducting.
92 or something like that.
Yeah. But he's going to be there, and he's going to be conducting some of his music. And I know that they're going to do stuff from Star Wars, and I'm
I
sure
would
Indiana
love
Jones
to.
and
I would totally go
outside at the Hollywood Bowl
Outside in the summer? Oh, no, I'm good.
in LA.
Yeah,
it's not
what does
that
that
bad.
mean? That doesn't mean anything.
It's not that bad.
No, it's bad.
Well, anyways, so favorite duel. I learned about that today. I don't want to tell you guys.
I would
Favorite
definitely
duel.
go to that. I wouldn't even think about it.
Favorite duel. I think I've said this before on air, but Kenobi versus Maul in Rebels.
That doesn't count. He didn't touch the saber.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Block, slice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
I was
quick.
gonna say was one I was thinking about, but it's not my favorite.
That whole scene,
Oh, yeah.
just everything about that is perfection to me.
That was the one I was gonna pick, and then I thought that they didn't touch for some reason. But I know mine.
You don't
Maul
have to wait for
and
me.
Ahsoka.
That one is very, very good.
That is, I think, my favorite duel.
That's a good one.
With the
It's really
glass and like the way it looked, it was so good. Like everything about that. And when she was making fun of him, and
Have
said,
y'all
"Oh,
done top 5 lightsaber duels?
No.
Nope.
So now we can't now because we're giving our number ones.
No, they can change.
No, we still.
They're-
Finn and
they're-
Kylo, get out, Tanner.
It's gonna
'cause, like-
change like on a regular when Acolyte comes out. I think we're gonna see some really cool.
That's what I'm saying.
Eh.
It could change.
What do you mean?
The
That's
live
High
action ones
Republic
haven't
stuff.
been, huh?
What about
I-
like Ahsoka versus Anakin? You didn't like that?
I liked it. I liked her versus Balin a lot more.
Well, yeah. So there's still live action sequel Disney stuff you like.
I just
Hers
wish.
and Anakin was really good.
I just miss the prequel lightsaber duels.
Yeah.
Which we got in Ahsoka.
Not to the same level.
Some parts were too slow for me.
Yeah.
Well, Balin was just.
I love the one with Balin. See, I'm thinking about it now, and I could have a list. I could have a top 5.
Me too.
So, if you ever wanted to do it,
But I think it's always going to change though, just because we're always
That's
getting.
all of our top.
Well, then
fives will
that's
always
great.
change, though.
So it's like I wouldn't know if we want to do a top 5 because then it's going to change every couple years.
But isn't that
Four.
all of our top 5s though? They always change.
No, I would say
Top
most
5
of them
characters.
Nothing's changed on that one for me.
mine is probably
Mine has.
changed.
My movie ranking would change.
Yeah, Jeremiah would be like number 1, Last Jedi. Number 2, The Last Jedi. Number 3,
Sarcasm.
the
I get
first
it.
half of A New
Nice.
Hope.
The best.
Definitely not.
I will say, Jeremiah, in your defense, I was on a plane okay, coming back from Alabama, and they had movies, Star Wars. I've really been wanting to rewatch the original trilogy,
You should. It's good for your
and
soul.
I started A New Hope and got very distracted multiple times during the first half of A New Hope. So, in your defense, when in an environment where
I
there's a
think it was
lot
just
going on,
Your environment.
There's a lot going on a plane.
Yeah, someone
Yeah.
walked by.
Well, 'cause,
Asked,
like,
do you want Coke?
there's
Do you want
screens.
snacks?"
Everyone was watching different stuff,
That too. That's also very distracting.
but like I don't know. There was
were you
something
also
about
worried
that.
that the door was gonna fly off? Because that was my experience.
I made a joke about that, but no.
Did you fly
Um,
Alaska? Because I did, and it was scary the whole time.
No, but I'm flying Alaska to San Francisco at the end of this month.
luck.
So, anyways, for work. But yeah. So I will say that the first half of that was not as engaging for me that time around as it normally is. And I thought about you. I was like, oh, maybe he's onto something here. It's not
Sure,
trash though.
All right. Well, for me, I don't know. Anakin versus Obi-Wan and Revenge of the Sith is always up there.
Yep.
Um,
Undeniable.
I like the Ahsoka Anakin stuff and the Ahsoka show. But then there's like a lot of great ones in Clone Wars that are amazing. And then you got Rebels too, with like Ahsoka
That's
versus
true.
Vader. So
Oh yeah, that one is good.
it's hard to pick. But my gut is always Anakin versus Obi-Wan and Mustafar.
Over Ahsoka and Maul? I thought you loved that one.
I do, but
Anakin and Obi-Wan has way
Obi-
more weight.
it's more weight and it's much longer.
Yeah,
True.
I would say that for live action, that's one of the
Yeah,
best sword fights
for
in
sure.
movie history because of how hard they went in on that. Like they trained so hard and it came out so good and they went so fast. Like,
But honestly, even like the Obi-Wan and Maul one, like that whole thing with Qui-Gon too, that was a really long, really
it was a
good.
very, very good fight. Yeah.
And we should mention, if you are listening to this and you have not watched Hello There animation that did a Clone
Ooh.
Wars animated version of Obi-Wan
It's very
versus
impressive.
Anakin, go watch that on
I still
YouTube.
haven't watched that yet.
What? Why not?
It's
Because-
really, it's
because
very
I was gonna
impressive.
watch it and do like a live reaction, and then I just totally
Tanner's mad
forgot
at you.
about it.
You see all caps Drew.
It's really, really
I
good.
want
really
to
good.
watch it. I just
And like the added stuff that he kind of adds his own interpretation, but I guess some of the added stuff in there was like deleted scenes that was supposed to be in it. And so if
well, I
you
guess
like,
you guys let me know if you guys want me to do a live
yes,
reaction.
they
of
want
that.
you to. But it's quite long. But
It's
very
like
good.
15 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Definitely, if you have not seen that, go check it out. Last time I think I saw it was like 2.4 million
Do it.
views on it. So,
do it.
and he's been working on that for like 4 years. So
Speaking of which, Francis Ford Coppola, one of Lucas's contemporaries, is finally releasing a movie of his that he's been wanting to release for like 4 decades. And Adam Driver is one of the leads.
Ooh.
Megalopolis or something like that.
okay.
Anyways, you just
Fun
talk about
facts.
you were just talking about stuff that's been in the works for a while, and I was like, oh yeah, he's been working on that for 40 years. Anyways,
All right. Cool. Well, thank you, Owen, for
Yes, thank you.
voicemail.
Keep sending them in. You're
Yep.
killing it, bud. That was a good one.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
All right. So like, once again, next week, Dark Disciple book review for our Valentine's Day special. So we are going to be recording that on Tuesday night, the 13th, so that I can edit it and post it on Valentine's Day, the 14th. So
So
Go
if you
check-
want it live, Tuesday.
Tuesday. If you haven't read the book, you should. I haven't finished it, but it keeps getting better and better, and it's worth the read. And so
I sneezed.
Trioculus is Broom Kid's dad.
and
on.
because, Ventress is in that book and she's also in that Bad Batch trailer, we don't know how it's going to work out, but they've said that it's not going to contradict the book, the Bad Batch series with Ventress in it. So we'll see how that plays out. But because the stories are related, it just kind of happened to come out that way, how we plan our schedule. So we're glad we're reading this book in preparation for Bad Batch Season 3.
Yeah, nothing says Valentine's Day like a tragic, intense love story between two people who were. It's kind of like Romeo and Juliet, honestly.
I'm not that far yet. They're not dating yet. Chill.
Oh,
So
well,
you said you have like 4 hours left.
Yeah.
I will tell you.
I
It's
have
only 6
like
hours
3
long.
hours. I have like 3 hours left, and it's
Well,
reading
what
the right
speed
book.
do you have it on?
1.3.
Oh, that's why. I have mine on 1.75.
Holy! How do you?
I'm not following along. I didn't buy it. I'm just listening to it.
Well, I will say it's one of the most emotional books that I've read in recent years.
Chapter
from Star Wars.
25. That is a really good. That might be my favorite chapter I've read in any book so far.
Wow.
So go check that out. But
Sweet.
that's it for tonight. So if you want to get connected to Empire Radio, click the link in the description below, links.co/Empire Radio. Links spelled with 2 I's, landing page for everything Empire Radio. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, our fan email, the link to send a voicemail. So if you've never sent a voicemail, please send in a voicemail. Invite to our Discord. And Owen just joined a couple hours before we started recording. So go say hi to Owen if you want. And let's see, there's then the link to needlesslynerdy.com, which is an entertainment network that we're a part of. So go check out that for all your things, nerdy content, other
All
podcasts.
things needlessly.
Needlessly nerdy
All
content.
things nerdy.
Yep, your source for all things nerdy. I think that is everything. Anything else, guys?
No. Next time Andrew's on, Bad Batch.
What?
Right?
Or if we'll skip it and we'll do Avatar review instead. We'll talk. We'll see.
True.
I was just expecting Plagueis.
No,
And then
but
you're like, Bad Batch. I was like,
unless
that's
you're
not
gonna
what I was-
skip Bad Batch, but technically,
I actually need to get Disney Plus again. For that. I don't have it right now. No. It's a waste of money when there isn't Star Wars stuff coming out.
Bluey.
actively.
That's all I have to say.
What?
It's
Bluey.
a cartoon for kids. He
The
has
kids
it
show
for his-
Bluey?
It's so good, dude.
Yeah, I'm not spending Disney's enormous fees a month to.
Just get the year one and then you save
See,
money.
Tanner agreed. Disney, so good. Bluey is so good.
Oh my god!
It's so good, dude.
Well,
All right.
It heals
think
my
about it.
childhood. Oh, that's sorry.
Well, you've been listening to another EU-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah,
I'm Andrew.
I'm Drew.
and may the Force be with you.
Always.
Always.